Hey guys, Thursday, January 2nd, 2024. Let's see what the Black Widow wants to do today. So far, we got EIA Report. So let's see how that's going to play out. It just hit me once I saw Thursday. Let's look at some big levels. All right, so we remember what happened here, and we realized that market profile on the bigger picture helped me a lot. So let's look at the key levels. Right here is your first line of resistance, which is 380. So that's 380-ish. That's your first level resistance. Your second one is your 390, this pivot high of December of 2016. 390 is your next one right here. And then your third one will obviously be this big one right here where we stall right here, 419, 420. Three big levels for you to look for whatever's going to happen when the numbers come out. Let's go into our weekly. We'll real quick. I can't even talk this morning. So we were right here. The trend is still positive, but here is something you want to keep an eye on. 383. So between 380 and 383, I can't really talk today. So you have this pivot high right here of the 16th of that week. So be careful for that. 380, 383 is resistance. And then obviously you got your 419, 420-ish. And lastly, let's look at our daily real quick. And that way everything is going to kind of make sense once we look at all these levels. Right now, this is kind of support right here between you could say 349. We went as low as 354, so almost kissed it. But yeah, it was in that area where you were going to base out or at least find some support. It looks like an inside day candle right now, almost came out. So we're kind of back in chop fest if you really ask me. And then this is the value area high of like 407, and we went to 420. And then we got this big avalanche of mountain of resistance right here that we didn't break through. And yesterday's not yesterday, I believe what the Monday was very negative, but the trend is still up. So that's that. Let's go into our simple glance chart. As you can see, we have our Tom D Mark 9th monthly candle that kicked in. MACD is still positive. We're still battling out the 50 and the 200. I think right now we are above the, we're chopping around the 200, somewhat below the 50 SMA. On the weekly, we kissed our linear regression channel, an area I like to at least unload or take some profit. And we're kind of below the 200 moving average on the weekly. MACD is still positive. The trend is still up. Linear regression channels are pointing north, so that's still good. Above the cloud in the mid time frame. On the daily, we are in chop fest unless we close above 381, 380. Remember that 380? That's going to be a level of resistance right there. And we found support right at the mobiles at 354. So this is chop fest, but still positive, but just kind of a lot of noise. However, the MACD is still negative, so be careful. Above the 20, above the 50, you're kind of smack in the middle of your midpoint on the linear regression. So for the bulls, you want to at least get out and be above 380-ish, maybe for a target of 390 or maybe 401. Just conservative. And if you're bearish, you want to at least close below 354 and wait for a pullback and then pounce. But somewhere here, you probably don't want to be fiddling in the middle. Lastly, let's go look at some geometry. So far, we below 184, 185. That's your 1 by 1, 45 degree on the scale chart. And you are below your midpoint 50% on the APF. Lastly, let's look at our midpoint chart. Nothing on the yearly pivot. On the monthly pivot, we are above your midpoint here of the 359. Pierced it a little bit, but however, the mobiles are in chop fest. Positive, the trend is still up. It's still positive. MACDs are just not MACDs, soaps are just kind of sideways, but still positive. Nothing negative there yet. On the 4 hour, you're in the chop fest, 380 and 362, with a little slight bias to the upside, but still in the noise, but above your midpoint for the whole week, which is 365. Mobiles are borderline, wants to tip over, but still, you know, in chop mode. Like I said, if we just hit our quadrant resistance right here, 74, you got right here 380-ish, 383, big level. If it pushes higher, the numbers are positive, 392. 390-ish is going to be your next resistance level. So these are targets to the upside. And then obviously last week's high was like 401. Now, bear case would be is that the numbers are, I don't know, whatever it is, not positive. We're going to take out 356. Targets would be 347, 337, and then all the way to test our low that we made last week around 329. Those are your targets, especially this area where the linear regression channel is. And lastly, the 1 hour. This is your line in the sand for today, Thursday only. We need to close above 379, 380. That's the number. And then you got to be careful right here because you got your linear regression channel. So if it's positive, it's probably going to blow right through there. You're going to probably kiss 390, which is your 90 degree and a square of 9, and then kind of push higher as a quadrant here around 95. But obviously, if it could blow right through here between 380 and 390, you're obviously going to test a high and maybe push even higher. So you got extreme targets, which is 411 and 423. Now, if it's not going to get up here, your targets to the downside obviously is take out the low of 357, and targets would be 346 all the way to 336. Pretty much retest these lows. And I think that's it, because we got this gap here. So yeah, anywhere between, actually it has to fill the gap between 341 all the way to 336. So this area will probably need to get filled if it's not too good, and then we need to hold. That way we could just say, all right, price action got filled, and then, you know, resume the trend higher. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video. Want to let you know also that I just finished my website. That was my goal. I was crunching it in. I'm a little late. I finished it yesterday, so if you want to check it out, look at the I can't remember what they call that on YouTube, whatever it is, where you can see my links or whatever. You can check it out there, www.wdgann369.com. Check it out. Don't be hard on me. I just put one post. I have to start, you know, being in that mindset of just probably putting a post here and there, my ideas. So it's just pretty much my notebook of writing things and just kind of putting my thoughts out there so people could read it, and I could kind of keep track of, you know, what my thoughts are, what I was thinking, what was my forecast, and this and that, so it could just kind of be a little bit more documented. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on that, guys.